So yeah, I may not be a Charlie Kirk fan, but anybody else feel like the story that they're putting out there is bullshit? For example, they claim that Tyler turned himself into his father, and then his father reported to the authorities. And now they're saying, well, no, he never turned himself in, and the father told him to wait and turn himself into the authorities. There was also this major claim that he planned all this amongst a group of people on Discord. And then Discord spokesperson came out and said that is not true and that never happened. And the media just sitting there quiet like, we just not gonna talk about that then. And then there's this claim that he was living with his boyfriend who was transitioning into a woman, except the fact officials also said that Robinson was living with his family in Washington County. And living with his family would make more sense considering he was going to a technical community college really close to his house and somehow could afford to buy a Dodge Challenger. At least that's the car they said that he pulled up in whenever he went to Utah Valley and allegedly committed this crime. And I know everybody's financial situation is a little bit different, but I don't know who's buying a Dodge Challenger on a student salary, unless they're living with their parents and they're getting help. And we all know that they've tried to frame this as a leftist extremist attacking Charlie Kirk because he's conservative. And it's because of comments made in articles like The Guardian, except for The Guardian had to quietly retract the article. And these aren't small retractions. They had to retract the part where he said he had become more political over the years, that he and his family members had discussed not liking Charlie Kirk, where he had said that he was pretty left on everything. And basically, only these words have been any indication that he was indeed a leftist. And that's even if he committed the crime. Because when you go through his photos, when you look at his family, the fact that he actually was a gun enthusiast and things of that nature, and the fact that he lives in Mormon country, USA, he actually looked like a conservative. So now we have to go back to the part where they supposedly planned on Discord for somebody to leave a gun at the drop point. Because if the Discord story wasn't true, then who left a random sniper rifle at a drop point with shell casings inscribed? And although Tyler may have been a gun enthusiast, I would like to know how you managed to hit somebody in the neck from 200 yards out with 5 to 7 mile per hour winds on your first shot with a new gun that you are not accustomed to. And if you look at the video of him running off the roof and climbing down, that boy was haul-assing. There was no sniper in his hand. And so how did they then later find the sniper in a random forest, even though he didn't take the sniper off the roof with him after he allegedly used it to shoot Charlie Kirk? Or better yet, how do we know that was even Tyler Robinson, considering there is no clear picture of him, and despite all of these iPhones available in the world, no one can catch his face in 4K. And on top of all of this, there is actually zero forensics evidence placing Tyler at the scene of the crime. Not fingerprints, not facial recognition, not DNA, nada. And yet, there are conservatives trying to stoke the flames of division, saying that the left are violent, even Stephen Miller blaming leftist organizations and say that we should consider trying them under the RICO laws to take them down, despite there being no proof that he would even be part of a leftist organization. Maybe it's time for conservatives to actually take a step back, get out your feelings a little bit, and realize maybe you're getting played. Because despite what you might believe, this isn't leftist MO. In fact, according to law enforcement, it's white supremacists that are more likely to be domestic terror threats, not us. And you should probably be asking yourself, why, since Charlie Kirk died, did the US Congress pass an amendment that bans the Pentagon boycotting Israel, propose a bill for Rubio to revoke passports for criticizing Israel, approve $650 million to Israel to give them more missile defense, and then Rubio stops everything he's doing that weekend, goes to Israel, puts on a little hat, and then puts his hand on the wall like, I ain't about to be next. I'm just saying, guys, y'all think leftists are the enemy when the same people that won't release the client list, the same people who lied about Russiagate, the same people who lied about Iran having nuclear weapons, the same people who lied about Trump being part of Russiagate. I mean, there's any people who lie to you about everything. They're all telling you it's the left's fault. So you think that's the one exception to every other lie that they told you? Think, people.